Good evening, Miss Ellie here. Tonight I'm going to talk about something that it took me quite a while to learn about, which is the rating system, the reviewing and rating of wine. And it can be confusing and intimidating because you're supposed to, when you go into the store and you see a wine, it's 92, 94 point rating. That's a high rating, and you're supposed to like that kind of wine, right? And if it's a lower point, then maybe you're not supposed to buy it because it's a lower point. It's an 88 point wine, and so it's an 85 point wine, right? So I want to talk about that a little bit. First things you need to understand about the rating system is not all ratings, the ratings are not congruent. They're not matched up with each other. Everybody rates the wine the way with their own system. So Wine Advocate, Wine Enthusiast, all of those publications have each one has a different way of rating their wines. And when you understand that, then you see that it's a more fluid, flexible way of understanding about wine. So that's a good thing to understand. And then another thing is there are thousands of wonderful, great wines out there that have not been reviewed or rated. And they're good quality. Some of the wineries don't even bother with getting their wines rated or reviewed because they sell out they make a small amount. It's called small lot production, and they sell out their whole inventory before. I mean, what's the need of getting it reviewed, right? So they don't need that marketing, the rating, to market their wine. So don't be afraid to try wines that aren't rated, okay? Because I've always said, your palate is king, right? So if you like it, buy it. Another thing, the rating system, it's a good guideline. It's a good tool to use to maybe guide your buying choices, your choices of what to taste and what to want to try next. But it's not a hard and fast rule, and so just be aware of that. Another one is the high-rated wines. A lot of the high-rated wines are really hard to come by because they sell out really fast. The rating system is a great marketing tool, and if you get a high-rated wine, that wine is going to be sought after and it's going to be sold. And you kind of know that, right, when you go in and when you start experiencing wine and coming to a better understanding of wine, you kind of understand that. But don't let marketing trends dictate your choice of what you like. And then, to me, it's a little bit, and I've been talking about this for quite a long time. The ratings, they're so subjective. They're subject to one person's palate. So a Robert Parker rating, even though he's known for his great palate and he's really good at what he does, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to like the same kinds of wine he likes, okay? So be aware of that, because the people that review and score these wines are going off their palate. What they like, what their taste tells them is a great wine. There's standard things that make a wine a great wine. We don't want to push that aside. But then there's the individual person's palate, and really that's where it's at. And so be aware of that. Don't let that intimidate you too much, okay? In the end, your palate is absolutely king. You be your own reviewer of the wines that you like, and the sky's the limit. The world's your footstool, and go out there and taste away. Good evening.